It is Bootz world. These boots were made for more than just walking. Welcome to another experience I like to call Bootz World. Thank you each and everybody for listening. You are currently tuned into 103.1 FM WUAG. Yeah, and this is what we do. Today's topic is respect. Okay, and I'm sorry I'm starting this show a little bit late, y'all. I was just a little bit delayed. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just started driving here in the city of Greensboro, and my car, Samantha Mariah Camry, could not be parked illegally. I even broke a nail trying to feed that meter. Ooh, it's rough parking around here. However, you know, I'm just so grateful that I have an automobile that I'm able to drive, honey. This morning, I may be stuttering over my words because I got in touch with Blue Ivy. Yes, I'm talking about Beyonce's daughter, but you know that's also a strand of that came out. Okay, and I got my hands on some of that, and let me tell you what happened to me this morning. Okay, so I leaned over to get what I get to recreationally experience my morning time in the ever so vestedly way that I have to be elevated throughout the day. Okay, I reach over, I grab Blue Ivy, and me and Blue Ivy have a conversation. Next thing you know, I'm back asleep. Left the house at 8:30 and still maintained my aesthetical appeal. Got up, beat the mess out of his face. Got up in here so I could start the show at least 5 minutes after it was supposed to be started. So don't you judge me, because this show is about what? Respect. It's about what? Respect. Side eye to Miss Gross. And if you don't know who Miss Gross or Madame Gross is, I suggest you go on www.youtube.com/Bootz Durango and find out, honey, because she tried it. And if you disrespect me, trust and do believe you will be slayed, just like my nail that's slayed right now when I try to feed that meter. What in the world? Side eye also to Professor Xavier. Honey, you are still stirring a cauldron, trying to cast spells and curses on my life. You lose. You lose, honey. Give it up. It's a wrap, honey. It's a wrap. But this show is not a wrap. It's just getting started. So thank you for rocking with me. I'm Bootz Durango. And if you are unaware of who I am, Google it. BOOTZ-DURANGO. Huh. Let me tell you something. This show is definitely about respect, okay? How you handle yourself amongst respect. When people disrespect you, when that meter disrespect my nail, you see it broke. I don't want to have to go there with these people, so I just hope that they learn their lesson. Let's pray. Oh, let us pray. Okay, and all right. Today's show is about respect, people. And the first thing I want to do is actually define what respect is, okay? And to me, respect is a common sense of knowledge, how you treat other people. So let me make that, you know, grammatically correct. Respect is a essence of an individual that honors other people and should be ingrained in your brain when you are young. Now I'm not gonna repeat that, because at the end of the day, I said it one time and I ain't gotta say it again. That's respect. You're supposed to listen. You're supposed to listen when people are on the radio. You're supposed to listen. That's respectful. Okay? That's respectful. Okay? Now, with that being said, when people break that essence, break that honor that they're supposed to have for every other individual here on this plane, then stuff gets, you know, and situations become, you know, chaotic. Especially when you're dealing with an individual like me. I mean, I may put on a lash and I may have, you know, nails on, and I may dress in this leopard print fine de jour of an outfit. Yes, I said de jour because de jour blacks are not like Newports. They're classy. They're posh, not frugal. That's from London, okay? That's that London vernacular. That's for bougie and banji. Bougie is posh, banji is frugal, okay? I'm trying to educate y'all on how other people talk, all right? That's respectful. You're supposed to listen. You see how respect goes? Are you keeping up with me? Now, at the end of the day, when people breach that respect, when people, you know, incinerate that code and, you know, they inflame, they ignite the flame of your passionate desires to handle them, you have to teach people what respect is. Okay? And each individual should take it upon themselves to teach somebody who disrespects them what respect is. I'm going to get into how you teach them in a little bit. But just know, if you try to sue somebody, that's disrespectful and you need to be dealt with. It's actually the most ultimate form of disrespect, and it also shows that you are cowardly because you cannot handle your situations yourselves and you feel defeated, so you have to go above and beyond your means of handling the situation. Myself, I'm from the hood. We got a phone call. Bootz Durango speaking, WAG.
360981882. I sent you a tip the landline message. To hear this message, press 1. Hi, I was calling to find out which station you were on. Viva Valentino. To reply by voice, press 1. To reply by text, press 2. Record your reply at the tone. When you are done, press 1.
I don't know what the fuck kind of piss this is, but I'm on 103.1 FM Greensboro, www.wag.net, okay? Alright. What the fuck? Okay, everybody. What I want to do is I want to kind of elaborate on Madame Gross. Madame Gross. Okay? What I'm saying is Mademoiselle Gross. And if you are unaware of who I'm speaking about, I suggest you go to www.youtube.com/Bootz Durango so you can kind of look at my little rant that I did on this individual I deem gross. Okay? You have certain people in this life who like to control other people. And the way that they do that is they either withhold something from you or they report to a higher authority to try to bring you down or put you in place. Does that make sense? Okay, Madame Gross is an individual who does that. Okay, these people don't have the means to handle situations themselves. They were the little kids who went and told the teacher, you know, and they was in the midst doing the same thing you was doing, okay? These individuals need to be corrected, and that's one of the most blatant forms of disrespect that I'm dealing with right now, okay? Professor X is doing the same thing. He cannot fix his own problems, so he has to reach out and extend his hand to some type of authority, trying to correct what they see as bad behavior or correct somebody who is not doing what they want them to do. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you about a series of events that really did lead to me to deem her Madame Gross, okay? Back in the day, I used to walk up in the cafeteria all the time, you know, and that's what I do. It just so happened I invited Madame Gross to breakfast, you know, and I walked up in the cafeteria or whatever, and this time I got caught. The management got disrespectful with their tone of voice, you know, so Madame Gross volunteered her swipe, you know, she let me use the calf swipe or whatever. While I'm cursing out the management, she swipes the card and I'm good to go. Okay, we have no other problem, all right? Because I'm not going to, even if I'm wrong, you're not going to disrespect me, okay? So that's notes to the management. If I'm wrong, I mean, you're still not going to talk to me any type of way. Because my mother doesn't even talk to me any type of way. So if I'm wrong, you talk to me like you got some sense and you found the paperwork and then we can have a conversation. You ain't going to talk to me no type of way, honey. Pierce. Abercrombie and Pierce, where are my Louboutins? Know that. How about that? Get back out. Now, with that being said, what ends up happening is the next morning she texts me and she asks me, where's my $8 at? I'm like, really? Really? A cab swipe? I know it does cost $8 to get in the cafeteria, but as my friend Peaches said, if I'm eating, you're going to eat because you are my friend. You assume that I had something vindictive against you, dear Madame Gross. It wasn't even like that. So for you to fall out with me over this and we're not talking, that's fine. That's cool. Because I don't want to be dealing with some disrespectful individual anyway. You should have got a whooping as a child. Then maybe you would have had some sense. Okay? With that being said, here recently, this individual I deem Madame Gross used to be my first manager or whatever, and what ended up happening is I needed to reset my password to the management account that I've been managing ever since I dropped her, because she was just disrespectful and she really wanted to control me, and I can't be controlled, okay? I manage myself, okay? Brandon is my manager. I'm Brandon. Hey, what up, y'all? Y'all good this morning? You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting out the bed or whatever. That's Brandon. Okay? He's my manager. I'm my own manager. I mind my own business. Okay? Now, I asked her to forward me the email so I can reset my password because I forgot my password. And you know when you forget, you want to reset your password, it sends it to another email account. Okay? So, I hit the reset password thing and it sent it to her email. She decides to start going off on Twitter, and I asked very politely, and we're gonna go over some text message footage here shortly, and you know, I might even throw some tweets in there. So I just wanted to set the stage and set the foundation of why me and Madame Gross are at our bad terms, okay? And I'm gonna deem her Madame Gross because I'm protecting myself, okay? Like you said, you wanted to sue somebody, and that's what I got to at the first point. You know, they have to go to some type of authority because they can't handle their own problems for defamation of character. I'm protecting myself from that, dear, because true friends ask you, do you know your rights? I said, no, I don't. My individual who is respectful looked up my rights for me and told me, if I don't use your name, you can't sue me for anything. So, boop, 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 you lose. I'll be back shortly with some text message footage. As promised, I'm gonna review some text message footage from me and Madame Gross's latest debacle. Okay, so first of all, I called her. Okay, I called her and I didn't get a response at first. So after I called her, I sent this text message. Mind forwarding me the email that's in your Hotmail account so I can reset my password. Sorry for the inconvenience. She then calls me back and says, who is this? Who is this? I said, this is Bootz. I was wondering if you could send me an email that's in your inbox or whatever. She said, oh, okay. And I said, well, how are you, dear? Click. She hangs up. Then what happens is I'll go on her Twitter. Where's Miss Dale? 1 second. Everybody on my YouTube, if you're not on my YouTube, I suggest you go to www.youtube.com/Bootz Durango and check out all my videos. Right now, I'm looking at my computer who I personify as Miss Dale, and she definitely has her own personality. She's a little bootleg, just like me. Alright, well, I go on her Twitter and I retweet one of her tweets that says, it's funny how when people need you, they come back kissing your ass, when really and truly, you know for sure you don't get along. I retweet that. After I retweeted that, she sends this. I'm not sending it, so make a new one. I said, bad move, smiley face. Thank you anyway. Bad move. Thank you anyway. Okay, so after that, you know, I then... Me and Blue Ivy already had a conversation. I don't know why I'm coughing. Anyway, but after I send that, I then waited out, and I posted a video about being gross. If you don't know what that said, I just told you. Now, with that being said, after that whole incident occurred, or whatever, I get a phone call talking about, if you post a video, I got lawyers, I got my father, I got blah, blah, blah. I will own your name. You will own my what? Let's pause the music. You will own my name. Bootz Durango? I will own your name? Now that is just blatant disrespect. And you lucky that I have respect for females, because some gay people don't and they fight girls. I'm the type, I know I do not fight females, okay, dear? But if I did, let me turn this music back up. If I fought females, I will whoop your motherfucking ass. And I'm not playing. You need to be slapped. You need to be taught a lesson. You need to learn, sweetie. This is not correct. Back in the flow of things, okay? I have to get back into this, you know. We are dealing with Madame Gross. All right, I left off and when she said she was gonna own my name. And then, you know, that whole conversation ended and I posted the video and it started circulating, it started buzzing, you know. And locally here around, you know, the campus of UNCG, people are trying to figure out who Madame Gross is. You will never hear me say her name. Because when I feel disrespected to the max, I will not even respect you by saying or calling you by your name. You're Madame Gross. You're disgusting and you're vile. Alright, so after I sent the text message, bad move, but thank you. Anyway, she says, LOL, bye. So, I get a text message yesterday evening at 10:45 p.m., January 24th, and it says, to stop from being responsible for getting your emails, I had the whole account closed. Thanks for all the attention, too. I love it. I bet you do, because you're not really getting any attention. Nobody knows who I'm talking about, because I refer to you as Madame Gross. And the individuals who have a clue of who I'm talking about, you know, call her gross and spray Febreze on her. I mean, she deserves it. Like, you're disrespectful. And I'm not the only one who's saying this. And I'm not saying that to, you know, jump on a bandwagon of people against Madame Gross or something like that. But you have a lot of personal vendettas against people, okay? And because people know you as a disrespectful individual, you always call an authority on people. Like, why don't you just talk to them about your issue and get to the point? And you know, you're trying to sue, you have to have money to sue. And last time I checked, you were still on campus and you didn't drop a car. So, well, you do drop the car. You drop the little jump cars that are available around here that you can, you know, rent out for $50 or whatever, you know. With that being said, I'm not disrespecting your money. I'm not disrespecting anything about you. But the situation to me is really childish. I just think it's entertainment. So my life is you people out there's entertainment. It's the people out there on YouTube's entertainment. And if you're subjectified to, you know, certain criticisms and ridicules, so be it. I subject myself. I'm the one posting the video. Hello. And look at me. Half the time I wear a dress. So do you think I'm not getting disrespected? So at the end of the day, just you lose. And people don't like to lose. Okay? Professor X, you lose. And this is the last you're going to hear me talk about this. Professor X, you lose. You got popped in the face at my job, at Green Street, and now you're trying to sue Green Street for not firing me. Move on. Okay? You looking foolish. Alright? Speaking of Green Street, I'm there each and every Sundays, and I'm also at Allure on Thursdays. This is called Twisted Thursdays. It's hosted by myself, Bootz Durango, as well as City Lights Entertainment, iRock Entertainment, Alternative to What Entertainment. Yeah, and you should actually come out there. That starts February 9th here in Greensboro. That's Club Allure, and the setup is great. I absolutely love it. So come party with me at Sundays at Green Street and Thursdays at Allure. Thank you guys. And we're going to get back into some more respect issues. If you want to talk to me about respect and how people are disrespecting you, call me at 336-334-5450. Alright? Welcome to Bootz World, everybody. And I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Top of the hour, top of the hour, top of the hour. It is actually 10 a.m. Today is January 25th. Wow, January flew by. Where in the world did January go? That is so disrespectful. Speaking of respect, I just gotta tell everybody, the topic of today is respect, okay? And if you are dealing with any type of blatant disrespect, if you are being disrespected, if you feel as if you are, you know, amongst people who don't know what a definition of respect is, I suggest you call in here and let it be known on my YouTube page, www.youtube.com/Bootz Durango. Call 336-334-5450, okay? I can't put you on air, but you will be on the video version, which is located on my YouTube page, okay? So make sure you give me a call. Now, like I said, today's topic is about respect, okay? And I'm gonna respectfully say that you will never, ever, let me turn this down, ever disrespect me without consequences. okay? And I think that should be that way for each and every individual. Regardless of what those consequences are, there are always consequences to an action, okay? There are always. If you go out the house, the action is you are not in the house. If you run your mouth, chances are you're getting popped on the couch. I'm just saying. Hello, good morning. Am I making sense to anybody? All right, it's early, it's 10 a.m. And like I said it to everybody at the beginning of the show, me and Blue Ivy had a conversation this morning, okay? You know, that's Beyonce and Jay-Z's child, but it's also a strand of, right. And we had a conversation this morning. I'm feeling quite elevated feel like I'm at the top of the Rockies, smelling that air. And did you know you could pass out on the top of a mountain because the air is so thin? I mean, I knew that. I was just wondering if you knew that. And if you didn't, then that's disrespectful. Matter of fact, it's disrespectful for the air on that mountain to be so thin you can't breathe it. You know what? This whole show is about respect, okay? And I can't wait to get to the done list because I'm going in on that, honey. And not only that, I'm about to go over here to this Mac computer located to my right and look up disrespect, okay? I just want to find disrespect on Twitter. I want to find disrespect. I just want to see it, okay? I'll report back to you. Okay. Ooh. Microphone out in my face. Okay, let me tell y'all, I am on Twitter, okay? If you're not following me on Twitter, follow at BOOTZ DURANGO, and you can get into all of my delectable tweets. Alright, so I'm on Twitter, and I looked up the word disrespectful. And, okay, at JMS303 tweets, it says, I don't care if the fans are booing the Giants players, but you never boo during the national anthem. Disrespectful. I co-sign that. I mean, that's our nation. Somebody's honoring our nation. You don't boo. I don't care if you're playing a rival team. You don't boo when you're honoring a whole nation of people. Do you know how many people that is? Now imagine if all those people came and jumped you. How disrespectful is that? Caution. Alright, this other girl says, girls who talk to boys knowing they got a girlfriend and know who their girlfriend is. Disrespectful. My God, you know, I'll say this. I'll say that some girls have a naturally flirtatious spirit. I have a friend who has one, and she don't mean no harm. Now, sometimes the female that's dating the guy, you know, she could feel disrespected by just the flirtatious individual talking to her man. But she didn't really mean no harm, okay? So with that being said, you know, if you were talking about talking to is in terms of, you know, cupcaking with, now that is disrespectful. You need to lay her butt out. You know, whoop her like I need to whoop Madame Gross and Professor Xavier. Matter of fact, Madame Gross and Professor Xavier need to have kids so we can populate the whole world full of mutts. If you don't know what mutts are, they're haters. That is a Bootz vocabulary word. That's what we now deem haters. They're mutts. They're dogs. They're dogs, okay? So Professor X and Madam Gross sitting in a tree, making mutts everywhere so people can beat up people for free. Alright, another tweet says, yo, I really hate when people stare at me, so disrespectful. Alright, I can elaborate on that, being the boy girl that I am. I walk around here in flamboyant clothing all the time, and I always get stared at wherever I go. I was in, Charlotte 3 weeks ago, and I walked into a Bojangles, and the Bojangles stopped production. I mean, they utterly stopped, and people started staring, and I was just like, well, are you gonna make my food? That's the respectful thing to do. I would hate to have to get disrespectful in here, okay? But staring, I mean, you have to deal with it. You have to learn how to deal with it. I mean, people are gonna stare at you. People are gonna look at you. I mean, and I understand what you're saying. Like, it's a harsh feeling. It's like, oh my God, like why? You know, why are they looking at me like that? Kind of making you feel itchy. You know what I'm saying? However, you know, me being the performance artist that I am, I've cultivated the ability to use their eyes as my audience. Therefore, every time you see me, I'm putting on a performance for you, and very few people know who I really am. You know, Madame Gross and Professor Xavier used to be one of them. You see where they are due to disrespect. Alright, everybody. Like I said previously throughout this whole show, today's topic is about respect. And I actually want to get deep with you as of right now, alright? Because that's why I do what I do. is so I can teach people how to respect people who don't assimilate into society. Okay? So what I do is I put myself not necessarily on a pedestal, but I dress myself in garments, in really flamboyant attire, so that when people see me, I get a reaction out of them. Okay? That reaction will be dumbed down each time you see somebody like that until you become desensitized to it. Alright? So with my cross-dressing tendencies, what tends to happen is I get disrespected. Now that's what I meant by I put myself up. I put myself not on a pedestal, but I put myself out there. Okay? Not necessarily to be disrespected, but to inspire change. Okay? And all of this whole equation equals to everybody being respected no matter how different we are. And that's why I can play the piano, and that's why I dress the way that I dress. Does that make sense? Like, I know I'm probably getting a little too deep and a little bit too abstract for you guys. And you know, I may be ranting and raving about my purpose here on this earth. And I think it's to inspire change, inspire respect in people that didn't know what respect was. We so oftentimes judge people from the outside, and you never get to dwell within because of what you see, okay? At the end of the day, I am a male. I'm a male who's dressed femininely. I'm very educated. I'm very talented, and I'm very gifted. And if you can acknowledge the talent and the giftedness and be entertained by me, then the attire will no longer matter for me or for anybody else. So that's why I am here. To define what respect is, to redefine what respect is. People have to understand that just because I wear heels doesn't mean you can't say hello, good morning. Doesn't mean you have to disrespectfully stare at me. Just because you wear all black and you decide to put on extra heavy dark black eyeliner, that doesn't mean people can't say hello, how are you doing? Why do we categorize people who are different off gate and disrespect them, especially the people who are insecure with themselves? They're the first ones to open their mouth. Okay, I was walking down College Avenue and it just so happened some heterosexual African American men decide to pick fun at me. So what do? Of course I make a scene, honey. Like I said earlier, you're not gonna disrespect me without consequence. And once people start giving people consequences for their actions, then we can redefine what respect is as a whole. But until that can happen, I'm just gonna be the one out there pumping in these heels, waiting for somebody to say something to me so I can correct you and you won't disrespect anybody who's different again. I know I'm going off. I know I am. But somebody has to do it. Caution.
Nothing else like this. I'ma make it my bitch. Ooh, I wanna fuck you right on my birthday. But you wanna put your name on it. And it's not even my birthday.
Got somebody on the phone. Bootz Durango speaking.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Who am I speaking with?
It's your favorite getting friend.
Yes, Jazz.
Yes, honey, I'm sick.
Oh, God, me too. Can you tell? My voice is a little raspy today, huh?
Yes, you sound so trained.
Oh, honey, I'm not trying to sound trade. I'm just feeling disrespected, honey. When you feel disrespected, you got to lower your voice sometimes on these hoes.
Now, what's been happening?
Honey, there's two, okay, it's two of them. They trying to sue, girl. They trying to sue, and the situation is going to be recapped on my YouTube. You know I always make videos about this stuff. But, honey, they trying it. They just trying it. And they're being really disrespectful and rude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slay them on this show, which I've already done countless number of times, as well as they're ruining their reputation. You know that's how I do things.
Yes, you do.
Do I do it well?
You are the Dragon Slayer, yes.
I am the Dragon Slayer. I am. Honey, well, thank you for calling in, baby. I'm going to call you back personally when I leave here. I got your numbers on the caller ID. We have to catch up. Where you been?
Yes, we do. Man, I've been alright. How you been?
Honey, I'm great, honey. I got this new show. I got new lashes. I have new lip gloss. And I'm wearing a caution tape tie. Just so I can warn these hoes. Yes, ma'am. Okay, you can follow Miss One Spicy Dish. This is the individual that's calling me at One Spicy Dish on Twitter. All right, you guys. But now I don't, honey. Lauryn Hill, you ain't said that nothing better in your life. I used to love him. Now I don't. Yes, honey. Now I don't because you so dang on disrespectful. Okay, there is something profound out there that I have to say. Respect should be effortless. It should not be like a game of tug and war. Don't correct me, that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Even if I correct myself, I disrespected myself. Tug of war. It shouldn't be that hard, okay? It should be effortless as a hug or a kiss or a handshake. You know? Why is it that people make it so hard to respect them? Why? Because they don't respect you. Okay? And blatant forms of disrespect, such as not giving me my email, you know, spreading nasty rumors about my brother, and I am talking about Madam Gross and Professor Xavier. And you know what? I found a really great way to deal with respect. With disrespect, okay? I deal with respect just fine because if you respect me, I respect you. We good. We ain't got no problem. Okay? You know, and I'm the nicest person in the world. Everybody knows this. You can speak to me, say hey. I say hey back. I'm not going to spit in your face. Now that, my dear, is the worst form of disrespect. Don't you ever spit on nobody's face. Okay? I'd rather you fight them fairly. You know what I'm saying? And then even when I'm disrespected, I'll give you a chance to fight me or combat me fairly. Granted that you qualify as a man, first of all, because I do not fight females. And granted that you fight fair. Okay, because if you ain't fighting fair, I ain't fighting fair, honey. And that's how I caught my third charge of burning that place down. Arson in the 3rd degree, honey. Don't ask me about it. That's disrespectful. You want to know too many people's business. But respect should be effortless. And it's not effortless because we have different definitions of what respect is. All right? So what I suggest you do, all right, when dealing with an individual like me, is understand what I think is respect and disrespect. And it's obvious. It's obvious what it is. You come for me. You came for me. You're coming for me. You're about to come for me. That's disrespectful. And you will be slayed. And your head is going to be served on the same silver platter as Kanye West's was on the cover of his Dark Twisted Fantasy album. That's one of my favorite albums, by the way, if you didn't know. And there's a lot of stuff you probably don't know about me. And if you want to know more about me, follow me on Twitter. BOOTZDURANGO. All right? Know that. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. You can even Google that name and my Facebook will come up, as well as I'm starting a Tumblr page. I don't know about it yet, though, honey. There's too many social networkings out there, and that's disrespectful. They're disrespecting the public by putting so many things to get on out there. Okay? Okay? Respect should be effortless. It should not be a game of tug and war. Of war? Don't correct me, I done told you about that. Somebody else on the phone. WAG?
Hi, baby.
Ow, Miss Cozy, how are you?
How you doing, me?
Honey, I recognize your number from a mile away.
What you doing?
Honey, on this airplane is delectable Lauryn Hill and giving the benediction of Professor Xavier and Madam Gross.
Yes.
They have got to be slayed, girl.
Okay.
Somebody got to do it, honey.
What you doing later?
Honey, you know what I'm doing later. We got to get up. Miss Blue Ivy is calling.
Yes, we do.
You know what I'm talking about. All right, Amanda, let me close out the show. I'm going to give you a delectable shout out, okay? And I'm going to call you when this afternoon, because we have to get up and... All right, love you, boo.
Love you too.
Oh, I love her. Her Twitter name is @PrettyBlaze. Ow. I think this is the perfect song to deliver the benediction. Okay? This is the benediction of Madame Gross and Professor X. Professor X was charged with spreading nasty rumors about my brother while he was currently in Atlanta. He then proceeds to come to my place of work where I, make my money, and I asked him why. He proceeds to lie to my face and get loud and rude, so I had to hit him. Now, he's attempting to sue my place of business because they didn't fire me after you tried to call the police and tell them that the only reason you came to my workplace was to tell me that I have HIV. You are now dead to me. I've mentioned you And by saying Professor Xavier, let's say not mentioned, I referred to you by calling you Professor Xavier. So now, your name goes down in the Bootz vocabulary history book. When I refer to somebody as Professor Xavier, I'm talking about disgusting, distinguishable as intelligent, but very manipulative individual. Professor Xavier, you are dead to me. And I mentioned disgusting. Madame Gross, you have been charged with defamation of character. The same thing you're trying to sue me for. You have been charged with failure to defend your own reputation. You have been charged with being so utterly disgustingly vile that no individual on this planet is going to want to be intimate with you because their genitalia might smell like the disgustingness coming from your gross, grotesque womb. You have been charged with not sending me an email to reset my password. And you've also been charged with trying to control me by reporting myself to a higher authority because you can't handle your own problems. You are now dead to me. Let us take a moment of silence to remember Professor Xavier and Madame Gross. Amen. 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 Now, you are now dead to me. And when people die to me, they never resurrect themselves. So I will no longer look you in your face. I will no longer say anything else to you because you're dead to me. Let's close this thing out. First things first, I have to give a special shout out to one of my best friends as of right now. His name is Donnie, and I absolutely love and adore you. Shouts out to my two callers at @1spicy_dish. Her name is Jazzy, and she's been rocking with me since I think I started. So I absolutely love you. Never met her a day in my life, but I absolutely love her. Shouts out to @PrettyBlaze. Her name is Miss Cozetta, and I absolutely love her as well. Shouts out to my baby girls, Nelson, Chris, and Anthony, and the baby girl out there in London studying the broads, Miss Casey Dash. Shouts out to my two homegirls who hold me down the best, Miss Peaches and Jaquela Wilson. Shouts out to all of you who have respect for me to watch this video all the way through because I know it's about 30 minutes long and you know, I'm overdosing you on me. Why? Because I respect you that much to keep giving you more of myself. Now if that sounds sexual, take it how you want it, honey. Shouts out to, who else do I need to shout out to? Shout out to all the professors who are getting on my nerves, giving all that debauchery of some astronomy homework, pissing me off. Shouts out to that. Shouts out to all the respectful people. Shouts out to the creative people who make caution tape ties to warn these people to be respectful. Okay, I'm the done list. I am absolutely, moment of silence, done with Madame Gross. And just so I can make sure that you are deceased and, you know, dead, you actually exposed yourself when you attacked my girl Joy, okay? You said that it's funny because she just said hey to you the other day, and she's commenting in a positive way about the video I made against you. Dear, you exposed yourself. She didn't even know who I was talking about. Smart of you, Madame Gross. And Professor Xavier, please sue the club, honey. Please sue the club. You'll lose. Both of y'all, I'm done with y'all. And y'all lose. You lose. I win. Accept it. You're dead. Coffin. I'm done. All right. Thank you, each and every one of you, for watching. Okay? Not watching. Well, wait. If you want to watch this, go to www.youtube.com/Bootz Durango. It'll be out Friday. But thank you for listening to me. I'm out of here. I have a day to start. I have class to attend. And I have money to make. Unlike you, Madame Gross and Professor. I'm done with y'all. You know what? I almost started foaming at the mouth. I'm so done with y'all. Okay, so with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I absolutely love each and every one of you. Follow me on Twitter, BOOTZDURANGO. See me at Club Allure on February 9th. I'll be at Club Allure. That's when Twisted Thursdays start. Green Street, each and every Sunday, I rock the house. And please, please, please have respect. Have an excellent day.
Who am I? I'm Thug Miss Motherfucker, respect me. Call it just like I see you, gotta respect me. Anywhere you see me, you better respect me. Anywhere that I be, they gonna respect me. Pay my dues off in these streets, motherfucker, respect me.